Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Chats with Chaudhrey. I hope you're all safe and well. It's a lovely, well, I say lovely. I haven't even opened my curtains yet, so let me have a look. Well, actually, no, it's not a lovely. It's a cloudy Friday morning here in the UK, but I'm delighted to be joined by Najet Mebarki, who is the Senior Product Manager at SGD Pharma. And today we're going to be talking about the launch of a new glass dropper bottle solution, Ensiemo, which is for the cannabidiol, I can never pronounce this properly, CBD oil market. So, bonjour, Najet, how are you?
Bonjour Rizwan, I'm fantastic, and you?
I'm very well, lovely to see you again. So before we start, perhaps you could tell people a little bit about SGD Pharma and your role within SGD.
Yes, so SGD Pharma is a global packaging supplier for glass for the pharmaceutical industry. And my role, I am a product manager for the oral range. And my role is to develop this range and promote it and to create value for the patient, for the customers, and in fine for SGD Pharma.
Fantastic. Now, I don't know much about the CBD market. I know it's been in the news a lot, and you see a lot of people talking about it, particularly in North America, but also in Europe. So before we start talking about the new launch, perhaps you could tell people a bit more about how the CBD market has developed over the past few years.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, it's quite a topic of actuality. And it's true that the market has been growing at a fast pace in every region. So as you mentioned, and as everybody knows, US is the main market, followed then by Europe and by Latin America. However, there are some discrepancies across the region, and maybe let's have a look at the drivers actually of this market, because I think it's important. And the first one is about regulation. Because CBD manufacturer, because first the regulation is not the same depending on the region and depending on the country, but also the CBD manufacturer, they have to navigate the CBD regulatory, but not only this one, but that of cannabis itself, making it one of the most difficult market to operate in. So I will detail a bit the regulation point because it is important, but just to follow up on the drivers, the second one for me, from my point of view, is also the level of acceptance and of perception of this product, either it is by public bodies or by the consumer itself. Right. So for example, in US, its benefits are widely recognized by both the scientific community or by consumers who have been using it for a while now. And for example, doctors, they prescribe CBD in alternative to painkillers. Sure. In Europe, the picture is, and also, sorry, in US, CBD is legalized. In North America, it's legalized, which is not the case in Europe because the picture is very fragmented because of the lack of harmonization. So today in Europe, each state member has its own national regulation, and even they have their own interpretation. So in France and Italy, for example, it's gray. The regulation is gray, and it's still managed on a case-by-case situation. Sure. In Netherlands, for example, the market exists since 15 years, so nearly close to reach maturity, I would say. And national authorities are already reimbursing the product. The same in Germany, since 2017, national health authorities are reimbursing products. So you see, the picture is really fragmented. And sure. If we talk about Russia and Baltics, it's not legalized. So voilà, this is some key driver. And the last one, of course, is the fact that there is a global rising trend toward natural organic alternative to traditional medicine. So for instance, even in Europe, 42% of the consumer interrogated have switched from an OTC medication to the CBD. Right, so, okay. So voilà. All right. And yeah.
Brilliant. So let's talk about the new product then. Obviously, you've launched Ensiemo, but people would ask, well, what's so exciting about launching a glass dropper bottle solution? You know, what's so exciting about that? So why is it important in the first place, you know, in terms of dosage in other areas, and why have you launched it?
Well, when we identified the trend, we also talked to customers to understand what are the specific packaging requirements for this market. And three issues actually popped out. The first one being compliance, again. And the customers clearly expressed the need for a compliant packaging designed with pharmaceutical experience in mind. Then also, it's specifically important for a region where a packaging is imported, and it's not easy to, for example, have the traceability of products. So I will come back on that later. So then the need for CRC, child-proof packaging, and also the supply chain, because it's also very important that to have a secured supply chain. So we came out with some key packaging requirements. The first one being always, as always, convenience. So I won't detail that. Then the need for safety with the child resistant I talked about. The need also for product integrity. So, and this is when the temporary evident features why the temporary evident features is important, because a patient wants to be sure that the product has not been corrupted before. Also, the exact dosage is key, because in major cases, a patient needs to follow an exact medication dosage or a suggested dosage to avoid side effect or to avoid overdose. But also on the supplier side, the need to reach the last drop, so no product waste, is also important. So that's why we developed this full packaging solution with this accessory of a dropper and glass pipette. And that's why we have two TITS volume, one of 0.7 ml and one of 1 ml, plus the possibility to have graduation to allow a patient to have an accurate and precise dosage. And now to come back to amber glass, why dropper are so exciting. So of course it has been proven that glass packaging has unrivaled properties when it comes to a barrier against light, against oxygen, that it has low extractable levels, extremely low extractable levels when we compare to other packaging, that it is infinitely recyclable. This is also a key point for customers. But when it comes to amber glass, let's talk a bit about the CBD molecule, because this molecule is extremely sensitive molecule, extremely complex as well, and it needs to be protected from oxygen and light. So amber glass doesn't exceed 10% in the range of 250 and 450 nanometer wavelengths, as specified by spectral transmission defined by US and European pharmacopée. So that's why amber glass is important.
Well, that's interesting.
And sorry, and I forgot a key point also on stability, because glass, and it is even more true for amber glass, protect the product stability, and tests has been done when compared with other materials. So product stabilities and shelf life are guaranteed with amber glass.
Well, that's really, I mean, genuinely, that's very interesting. You wouldn't think that a glass dropper would need that many sort of unique variables to make it useful, but actually that's very, very interesting. So thank you for sharing that. I mean, SGD, I mean, when did you actually launch the product? Because I know you've launched it only very recently, haven't you?
Yes, we launched it by mid-September exactly. So
and how's
1 month ago.
Fantastic. And how's the launch gone so far then? What's been the feedback from the market?
Well, it has been very well, sorry, not accepted, but actually we have everyday feedbacks from the market. So when we already started to have orders. So yes, that's So we have identified, I think we both in identifying the trend and then talking to customer, we've designed the exactly what was needed by customers. So
fantastic. And it's very exciting times for SGD Pharma anyway, because you've had quite a few product launches over the last month or so in terms of in the marketplace. So there's a lot going on. So what do you see the future trends in terms of the CBD market? I mean, do you see any future trends developing and wider acceptance in Europe, for example?
Well, I think that's funny because I had a conversation with a potential customer this week who told me that I was quite optimistic regarding the regulation, you know, of what is happening in Europe. I think that the situation is going to be harmonized at a certain point in Europe. Acceptance is changing every day. I think there is a gap sometimes between what the patient wants and what the public bodies are, the way they are perceiving this product. And this is the case in France, for example. Last Friday in France, experimentation for cannabis, medical cannabis has been launched, finally. Whereas it's asked by patients since, I mean, they need it and they already use it. You know, so I think I think the Europe will boom. The market will boom when once the regulation will be settled. And me, I personally think that it's a miracle product. So as long the more the studies will be done, and today there is no medical consensus around it. But it's going to change, and now the authorities are also, awareness is raising on the topic. And this is pushed by people, actually, because they need it.
Fantastic.
So I'm quite, I think the perspective are positive from what we are seeing.
Fantastic. And talking about research, you've actually got a white paper on this particular topic as well, available to people if they want to find out more.
Absolutely. So, regarding the regulation, which is a key driver and a roadblock on the other side, we decided to give the key of understanding of this regulation across regions. So this paper will focus on North America, Europe, and Latin America, but it will go into detail of countries, because as you understood, we can't have a global overview of this topic. So, for example, there will be an overview of France, Germany, Italy, UK, Canada, US, Uruguay, Brazil. So for each country, the reader will have an overview of what is happening now.
Fantastic.
So then we will have to update it.
Well, that white paper will be available, people, above this video. So there will be a link to the white paper if you want to read it and find out more there as well. And apart from the white paper, where else can people find more information about CBD and your solutions in that area?
So on the SGD Pharma website, of course, and on LinkedIn, on our YouTube channel as well. We have a very nice video explaining the product, what it is, and the key benefits of it. So everything is online also. I forgot to say, but yes, we had a dedicated marketing approach as well. And this is what we are doing today is a part of it. So going more digital in this current context, you know, to promote the offer.
Fantastic. Well, as Najet said, all those things like the video and the website, again, the links will be above this video so you can explore them and find out more. So all that's left for me to say, Najet, is thank you very much for your time. It's been lovely to see you again. That's been really informative, not just about the market, but also the uniqueness of the dropper as well. I hope the launch goes very, very well. It sounds like it's already very successful, so that's good. So congratulations on that. And as always, thank you for your time. I hope you found that useful, everybody. Thank you for watching it. And as always, all that's left for me to say is thank you, Najet. It's nice to see you.
Thank you, Rizwan. Have a nice weekend.
You too. And thank you, everybody, for watching.
Nice day and weekend.
Yeah. And thank you, everybody, for watching. And stay well and stay safe. Bye-bye.